iPhone SE versus iPhone 7 iOS developer beta 10. That video is coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. And yesterday, iOS developer beta 10 as well as public beta 9 was released, and we now have, only less than 5 to 6 days till the official releases. But in my previous video, the iPhone SE actually took down Apple's latest iPhone 7 as of now. Until next week, there's going to be newer iPhones, but that was kind of shocking to see. And now that they did get updated again, I want to see if the SE is still taking down the iPhone 7, because that's kind of crazy if you ask me. An A9 CPU taking down the A10 CPU. So let's see what happens here. So both are booted off, and let's go ahead and boot them up at the same time in 3, 2, let's go. And you should see right here, the iPhone SE shows the Apple logo first, but let's see which one gets to the home screen first. If it takes too long, I will speed it up just a little bit for some time saving measures. But it looks like the iPhone 7 is ahead here so far. Let's see what happens though. It looks like we're about 15 seconds in so far now. So it looks like the iPhone 7 is first, only slightly over the iPhone SE. All right, guys, so both iPhone SE and iPhone 7 are now in the iOS developer beta 10. So let's go ahead and go into settings and confirm the build number. If I go down here, you can see iOS 11 15A 5372A there for the iPhone SE. Let's go ahead and go over into settings here for the iPhone 7. Go down into general here, about, and you can see iOS 11 15A 5372A. So both are on a similar version here. So far the iPhone 7 has beat the iPhone SE on the boot up test. But a little bit about iOS 11 developer beta 10, it's just a bug fix. There's no real changes here when it comes to visual appearance. Next week we will see the final edition, which I don't expect to change that much from this edition, to be honest with you. There might be some new wallpapers or something like that, but we'll have to see. Now with the 3D touch, it does seem a little bit slow here for the iPhone 7. And also I found that the touch response on the iPhone 7 was a little bit slower than I would like. And some people said in my previous video, Nick, you got accessibility shortcuts turned on. That's why your iPhone was being, irresponsive. And let me show you, no, it's not on here at all. It never was on in the previous video either. So let me go ahead and close everything out here for the iPhone 7. Let me close everything out there for the SE, and let's begin with the applications test. So let's start with calendar, and it looks like the iPhone 7 was slightly ahead. Coming home here, looks like the SE was slightly back home first. Let's go into calculator, and you can see that one looked very similar. Let's go home. Wow, so close. Let's go into clock. You can see it looked like the iPhone SE was about the same as the 7 there. What about the camera? Wow, that was close. Let me know which one won the camera down below, guys. Let's go into Safari. And you can see Safari does open first for the SE. Oh my God. A9 taking down the A10. This is crazy. Let's go into the weather. And you can see, look like the iPhone 7 won that one. What about Instagram? Now we get into third-party applications. Let's see what happens in third-party. So, whoa, did you see that? That was the iPhone SE. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I got the link down below, Nick Ackerman channel Instagram page. We post behind the scenes stuff. Let's go to Twitter now. And you could see Twitter is open first. Looks like it was refreshed first for the SE. So I'm going to give that one to the SE. Let's go into YouTube here on both. And you can see YouTube. Wow, that one was about the same. I'm going to call that one to the 7. That one's the 7. Let's go into Amazon. And looks like Amazon is first for, look like the SE there. If I wasn't mistaken, that was the SE. Let's go into eBay on both devices. And eBay, oh, okay. Looks like it might have been the SE. Let me know down below. Let's go into Play Newsstand. And this just goes to show that if you got an A9 device, you're basically rocking out with similar speed to the A10. The 7 looked like it was milliseconds quicker there than the SE. Let's go into App Store on both devices. Slightly, just very slightly to the iPhone 7. So slight that it wouldn't matter in your day-to-day life. Let's go into Temple Run now on both devices and see which one opens the game first. Looks like the iPhone 7 was slightly ahead there. So the iPhone 7 looks to have gotten better performance here on beta 10 versus the last version of it. What about Snapchat here on both devices? And you can see Snapchat was first for the SE. So you can see, I mean, it's almost identical speed. Let's go ahead and run through some multitasking here now on both devices. You can see opens about the same. Calculator about the same. Let's go into clock. Looks like they're both holding it just fine in the background. What about camera on both? Look like the SE won that camera round. What about Safari? That one was about the same. I mean, you can see though that if you got an iPhone SE or an iPhone 7, you're gonna be running pretty decent here on iOS 11. Let's go into Twitter and you could see about the same. So I don't know, this one's pretty much close to a draw, I would say. In the last round with beta 9, the SE did beat the 7, but it's looking like it's a draw here for beta 10. But let's see what happens with the official version. So anyway, to talk a little bit more about beta 10, like I say, there's not much really coming here. In terms of the control center, it's the same. We don't see no new features here. We don't see anything else new in the settings menu. I did notice that the iCloud messaging is still not available yet for iOS 11. And you still got your new icon changes with the Apple Maps, the contacts, the reminders. There's a few icon changes that have stayed the same. The fingerprint scanners, when you go into the applications or you go into the home screen, it's still got the fly-in animation. So it looks like that's what's going to be on the upcoming editions. So you can see the iPhone 7 is also faster than the SE when it comes to the fingerprint scanner test here. But it looked like we have a draw here on iOS 11 developer beta 10 for the SE versus the 7. A little bit different from the iOS beta 9 where the SE beat the 7 by a few seconds here and there. If you guys found this video helpful, enjoyable, do me a favor, click the like button for me. And if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel for more iOS 11 coverage, as well as Galaxy Note 8 coverage, Galaxy S8 coverage, as well as iPhone 8 and many, many more contents coming later this year. I'll catch you all on the next one. Nick here helping you to master your technology. Be sure to be well and peace.